Tell us about your experience in the UVU Teacher Education Program.
In the UVU program, in the education program, I learned a lot of wonderful skills that I was able to put into my classroom. One of my favorite things that we did was working in a cohort, working as a community, helping each other. It actually preps you to work in a school. I learned how to relate to others and work with others and use all the material and rely on others to help me be a successful teacher. It was a great experience in the program.
And did you find that there were any challenges to working within a cohort system?
The cohorts, I love my cohorts. I did find it struggling. Sometimes you are with people that you don't get along with. In my first year cohort, we were great, and a few of us kind of argued or kind of pushed each other's limits, and we had to learn to get along with each other. We had to learn how to accommodate each other and get along, and that's what it's like in a profession. You don't get along with everyone, but you have to find common ground and work peacefully with each other. In my second year, it was wonderful. We all got along great, but it's not always like that.
Okay. And that's very similar to what you experience when you're out in the elementary schools.
Oh yeah. There are some teachers who just refuse to work with you or accommodate with my team, and you have to say, okay, move on. It's their problem, not mine. As long as you're trying to be open-minded, that's all you can do. Some people are stubborn, and that comes with the territory, but I think with our job, we have to be willing to accept and move on.
What were some of the skills that you learned in the program that you were able to use as a teacher?
Some of the skills, one of the amazing skills I learned was in my multicultural class, learning how to work with children from a different diversity. And I was able to accommodate my students in my actual teaching profession to help understand what their culture is and interact with them more professionally and make them feel more relatable in the classroom.
Oh, that's excellent. And do you have one memorable experience from your UVU program?
Taking all the strategies I've learned from my classes and my cohort and bringing it into my teaching, going into student teaching, being prepared and knowing I knew what I had already learned and was ready to adopt them and put them to use in my classroom.
And do you have anything you'd like to say about your professors there?
My professors, they are more than willing to help you. I cannot tell you how many times I went to my professors' offices and asked for their help. They are more than happy to help you, sit down with you, talk to you. They're not just your professors, they're there to be your confidants. They're there to support you in any decisions, and they give you the best answers. I still go to my professors to ask for help, and I love it.
That's great.
You know, the professional program is great, but nothing's perfect, and the program can only teach you so much. A lot of teaching is hands-on experience, and it did prepare me for what I thought I would already know. And going into my actual classroom, I had to learn a lot more things. It only prepares you for what they're aware of. When you go into your classroom, you're about new experiences, and new situations that you don't even realize that would come up. And you have to kind of work on your feet. And a lot of it's hands-on, just at that right at that moment, and you learn while you go. That's probably one.
Okay. I notice with my students a lot, classroom management is in that category, that we can teach you a lot of classroom management strategies, but until you get into student teaching,
it's totally different. I've changed my classroom management probably 5 times this year to see what would work with them. Your first year is the guinea pig year. You're always testing out new theories and new ideas of what would work with these students, and you're always trying to make it the best year possible. And sometimes you fall on your face with it, but it's a learning process. And management is a big deal. You have to be able to manage a class, and trying new things, there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to be open-minded to new possibilities, new ways of managing, and you always have to be willing to accept that it may not work.
Okay. So tell me about the workload for the UVU program.
You know, the workload for the UVU program was very strenuous. It was very competitive. It was very hands-on. It was fun. It was a great experience, but it was a lot to do. You had to focus a ton of your time to keep up on your reading. You can't slack. You can't wait till the last minute to do your work. If you wait till the last minute, you're going to fail or not do your best that you're capable of. You have to know that you're not only learning for yourself, you're learning for the future of your classroom. And you have to be willing to take the time to actually understand the different theorists in psychology of education, the different methods, strategies in education. You have to be willing to take your time. If you want to spend this much money on this program, take the time to learn it.
Okay. And would you say that that's also true for the workload as an elementary school teacher?
Oh, I'm only paid for 8 hours a day. I go in from 7 a.m. and I'm probably out until 7 p.m. or 8. I'm always out in my classroom grading papers, looking up different lesson plans, trying to find new strategies to put into my classroom to make it the best education experience for my students. And I take my work home with me. You're never not teaching. Mm-hmm. Even now in the summer, I'm still thinking about how I can do this next year, how to improve. You're always teaching and you're always on the move.
And so it sounds like you're committed to continual growth as a teacher.
Oh yeah, you're always trying to be the best you can. I have teachers who have worked 20 years in their profession and they say, I'm still learning new things, I'm still finding new items or new projects to do with my classroom to make it more memorable and more academically experiencing for our students.
And that's one of the exciting things that we enjoy about this profession as well.
Love finding new, it's amazing how happy we get when we find a new foldable, new idea how to teach in our classroom, or a new method. It's like exhilarating for us.
All right, thank you.